So this is how Discovery screwed up the Klingon timeline. And we'll start with the original series, TOS. And when TOS premiered, of course, the Klingons had no ridges. Now, there was a reason for that. Gene Roddenberry wanted ridges, but he wasn't able to get it into the budget until the motion picture. And so when the motion picture came, he decided to put the ridges in there, and all of a sudden Klingons have ridges. Now, as you can see, there's a visual continuity error here. It doesn't exactly fit like a puzzle piece in this timeline. And that was, after this, there was The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, et cetera, and the Klingons continued to have ridges and actually ended up having a traditional look. And and then Enterprise came along, and they actually solved this problem, but not before causing another problem. They had ridges. The Klingons in the first season, in Enterprise, had ridges, when the Klingons in TOS didn't. But then all of a sudden, all of them do afterwards. So it doesn't really fit. However, what it does establish is that the Klingons did evolve their ridges by the time they met humans. So what happened was there was two things that happened in Enterprise that had to do with Klingons majorly. First was the first contact with humans, and the second one was the Klingon augment virus, which was affecting the entire Klingon civilization. And the humans, Phlox, found a cure for it, but the side effect was that the Klingons, for at least a few generations, would lose their ridges. And so what happened was it actually made this puzzle piece fit finally, and all of a sudden we had a complete timeline that fit and made sense. All the puzzle pieces came together. And they should have just left it alone. And I will give the J.J. Abrams Star Trek credit for actually creating a separate timeline and leaving this timeline alone. However, then Star Trek Discovery comes, and Star Trek Discovery takes place between Enterprise and TOS, actually 10 years before TOS. And in Star Trek Discovery, the Klingons look like orcs with ridges and no hair in a time when they're not supposed to have ridges. This is the time when they don't have ridges. And so they pissed a lot of people off when they did that. But then to make matters even worse, come the second season, they're like, okay, nobody liked the Klingons, so let's fix them again. And they decided to keep them the way they look, but to add hair. And so this is what Discovery has done to this canon timeline that is now kind of turned into shit. So anyways, that's basically it.